So can you just tell us what happened with you and Danny Allen? Just very, very briefly, because I want to get to the main part, which is what the police did with the property. So just very briefly, if you don't mind.
Basically we was looking at a bit of land. We want to live off the land, live free from the system, and we were setting up a camp on a piece of land near Epping, and some guys come on the land and said, if you don't get your stuff off, we'll burn it down and beat you up. And Danny phoned the police and said, I'm in fear of my safety. The long and short of it was, the police come down and said, what's going on here? The guys that threatened to burn his stuff down basically said, this is our land, they've burgled the stuff, and Danny got nicked for burglary, even though he was being threatened in front of the police. And he was held for 7 hours. He didn't give any name, lay claim to any date of birth. They took his fingerprints, didn't find anything. They tried saying, is this you? Showed him a piece of paper with Danny Allen 1984 on, and he said, no, that's a piece of paper with some words on it. I'm me, I'm standing here. And long and short of it was, they had to release him without charge.
Okay, and what happened to his belongings?
They took 2 cameras off of him, and basically and a phone, and he went back to because they took him to a separate police station, not the one that he was in. So he had to go back to the station and request his stuff back, and they were saying, well, we're not giving it to you unless if you give us a signature. So Danny was like, well, why do I have to give you something, some of my time, some of my labour, which is the signature, for what is actually mine? Well, we need proof that it's yours. So he said, I've got the receipt here from eBay, the account number and everything. So why would you need a signature? And I was like, well, it's procedure. And this went on and on until the point of they wouldn't give it back. So we tried to report a theft by 6 guys dressed in black, and they was like, no, you're not reporting a theft, we want to give it back to you. And it's like, well, quite simple, you obviously know it's ours because you've said we want to give it back to you, so give it back. And it was like, no, we need a signature. So in effect, that is a transfer of a security interest. They want something from you to give their stuff back. Now this is all...
No, hold on a second. Before we go down that road, because that's already a road that is a little bit complicated for me and probably for a lot of the people watching this, because there's a real interesting simplicity in this. Did you consider, or would you consider, when you said you want to report it, you said that to them,
Yep.
right? But would you consider reporting it at another police station?
Yeah, I thought that was like probably the best idea, is to go to another police station and report it. But I think if we'd done that, it probably would have gone down the same route. They would have said basically, no, you can't report it, once they realised that it's the same corporate thugs that they work for. It's, well, if you're trying to report the police for a theft, the only thing they say is do it through the
IPCC, yeah.
Which is all about complaints, and like another corporation which is just investigating another corporation.
Right.
All corrupt. So if the police do take something from you and they say, yeah, we want to give it back to you, but you've got to give us something first, that's like bribery, is it not? It's like some kind of extortion. Like, it's if I took your camera off you, Danny, and said, right, I'll give it back to you, Danny, but like, you've got to give me something, right?
You've got a sign.
You'd be like, oh, hang on a minute, this is my gear. I actually like worked hard to get this. I use it. I think it's mine.
Right.
And it just seems like so much corruption.
Maybe you should have produced a piece of paper and asked them to sign it.
Yeah.
You say, look, I'd like my stuff back, and I'd like you also to sign this piece of paper
to say
the proof that you actually took it in the first place.
Yeah, because nothing was signed when he handed it over. Right. So why would he have to sign to get it back?
Right.
It just doesn't make sense. Why would they need that signature?
Anyway, thank you very much. That's great. Thanks.
No worries.